Are you between the ages of 65 and 80? If so, listen closely. Because if you can still do just a few simple things we're about to cover, you might be well on your way to reaching 90, or even 100, and doing it with strength, purpose, and independence. In today's video, we're diving into the surprising physical and mental abilities that research says can predict how long, and how well, you'll live. These aren't wild guesses. These are patterns found in seniors across the world who are living long, vibrant lives, from Okinawa, Japan to the hills of Sardinia. Some of these signs are obvious, but others might surprise you. And the most powerful predictor? That one's at the very end, so make sure you watch until the finish. It might just change the way you look at aging, and give you new confidence in your future. Let's get started. Number 1, mental and cognitive health indicators. Now, let's begin with one of the most important parts of healthy aging, your mind. It's no secret that maintaining mental sharpness becomes more important as we age. And here's some good news. If you're still mentally agile between ages 65 and 80, science says you have a far better chance of living a longer, healthier life. In fact, many centenarians, people who live to 100 or beyond, share specific mental habits that help keep their brains young. So let's dive into 3 major signs your mind is still thriving. The first one is simple, but very telling. You can remember 3 items after 5 minutes. That's it. Just 3 things. This small task gives us a window into the health of your short-term memory, which plays a big role in how our brain ages. You see, short-term memory is often one of the first things affected by cognitive decline, including conditions like Alzheimer's or dementia. But if you're able to hear 3 unrelated words, say, apple, chair, and sun, and still recall them 5 minutes later, that's a very positive sign. It shows your brain is still processing and storing information effectively. You can try this at home. Have someone give you 3 words, then have a normal conversation for a few minutes. After 5 minutes, try to recall those words. If you struggle, don't worry, it's like a muscle. Practice helps. Activities like reading, playing memory games, or learning something new can all help improve recall and strengthen those brain pathways. And that brings us to the second sign of a long-living mind: you're still learning new things. Whether it's picking up how to use a smartphone, figuring out Zoom for family video calls, or even challenging yourself with crosswords or a new hobby, you're actively encouraging your brain to form new connections. That's called neuroplasticity, and it's one of the most amazing things about the human brain. It means your brain can change and adapt, even well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Studies show that seniors who remain lifelong learners are significantly less likely to experience cognitive decline. You don't need to learn calculus, just staying curious and mentally active is enough. Try a cooking class, learn to play a musical instrument, or start a small home project. Even learning the names of new neighbors or trying out a new game on your phone can help. Every time you stretch your mind, you build a little more mental resilience. The third sign might be the most inspiring: you still have a sense of purpose or a reason to get out of bed in the morning. Maybe it's your grandchildren, your garden, your volunteer work, or your morning walk with the dog. It doesn't matter what it is, what matters is that it matters to you. Having a reason to wake up gives your brain and body a goal to work toward, and researchers have found this is directly linked to a lower risk of early death. People who feel purposeful tend to take better care of themselves, are more socially connected, and are more motivated to stay active, mentally and physically. In Okinawa, Japan, one of the world's blue zones where people frequently live past 100, there's a beautiful word for this concept: ikigai. It means your reason for being. It's not necessarily a big, world-changing goal. It can be as simple as caring for a pet, helping your neighbor, or calling a friend every day. What matters is that it gives your life meaning. So, ask yourself, Can I still remember things with ease? Am I still learning, even in small ways? And do I still feel like I matter, that I have something to offer? If you answered yes to these, you're doing better than most, and your brain might just carry you all the way to 100 and beyond. Number 2, physical function and mobility. Now let's move from mind to body, because physical ability is one of the clearest indicators of how well you're aging, and how long you might live. When doctors study seniors who live independently into their 90s and even past 100, they often find one thing in common: mobility. Being able to move with confidence, balance, and strength isn't just about avoiding injury, it's a sign that your body systems are aging well from the inside out. The first sign we're going to look at is simple: can you stand up from a chair without using your hands? This one small movement tells us a lot. It's a quick way to measure the strength in your legs, your core, and your stability. If you can do this, your lower body muscles, particularly your thighs and hips, are still supporting your frame properly. Why does that matter so much? A Harvard study found that leg strength is a powerful predictor of overall longevity. Strong legs are not only essential for balance and mobility, but also help reduce the risk of falls, which are a leading cause of serious injury and hospitalization in older adults. Want to keep this ability strong? Incorporate daily leg exercises like sit-to-stand repetitions, wall-supported squats, and regular walking. You don't need a gym membership, just consistency. Even doing 10 repetitions of standing from a chair without hand support a few times a day can work wonders. Next up, can you walk briskly for 10 minutes without getting exhausted? Walking speed may seem like a small detail, but it's actually a well-researched indicator of biological age. In fact, a 2021 study published in JAMA Network Open found that people who naturally walk faster tend to live longer lives, even when controlling for other factors like weight or pre-existing conditions. Why? Because walking involves coordination between your heart, lungs, muscles, joints, and brain. If you're walking briskly without needing to rest, it means your cardiovascular and respiratory systems are working efficiently. You can test this at home. Time yourself walking around your neighborhood or inside your home for 10 minutes at a pace that feels like a purposeful walk, not a stroll. If you can complete this without feeling out of breath or needing to sit down, your endurance is in a good place. To build it up, try daily walks, gradually increasing your pace and distance. And don't forget, walk with good posture and arms swinging for full body benefits. Finally, here's one more test that might surprise you. Can you balance on one leg for 10 seconds? Go ahead, stand near a wall or sturdy chair, lift one foot slightly off the ground, and count to 10. Sounds simple? Well, it's more important than it sounds. Balance isn't just about muscles, it reflects how well your brain communicates with your body. Poor balance is often linked to a decline in the nervous system, and it's also one of the earliest signs that a fall risk may be present. In fact, studies have shown that adults who can't balance on one leg for 10 seconds are significantly more likely to experience serious health issues in the years that follow. But don't worry, balance can be trained. Try standing on one leg while brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil. Practice with both sides daily. Gentle yoga or tai chi can also improve balance, coordination, and flexibility over time. So if you can still get up from a chair easily, walk with energy, and balance on one leg, those are 3 fantastic signs that your physical health is strong and supportive of a long, independent life. Keep moving, stay steady, and celebrate these small but powerful wins every day. Number 3, emotional and social health. Now that we've explored the mind and body, let's talk about something equally important: your heart and your emotional well-being. Believe it or not, emotional health is just as vital to longevity as your cholesterol levels or your walking speed. In fact, many of the world's longest living seniors, those who reach 100 and beyond, share one powerful trait: they stay connected to others and keep their spirits high. One of the strongest signs that you may be on track to live a long and fulfilling life is this: you have strong social connections. That might mean a close circle of family, a few old friends you still speak with regularly, or even friendly neighbors you wave to every day. The point is, you're not isolated, and that matters more than you might think. According to research published in PLOS Medicine, loneliness increases the risk of early death by as much as 26%. That's a higher risk than obesity or lack of physical activity. Why does loneliness take such a toll? Because we are social beings. Human connection provides emotional support, a sense of belonging, and even physical benefits. Just having someone to talk to can lower stress, reduce anxiety, and even strengthen the immune system. And touch, something as simple as a hug or a pat on the back, can release oxytocin, the feel-good hormone that helps reduce blood pressure and promotes healing. If you're someone who regularly speaks to loved ones, joins a group activity, volunteers, or just chats with your barber or neighbor, you're feeding your emotional health. Don't underestimate the power of a 5-minute conversation. It may seem small, but it's one of the most life-affirming habits you can maintain in your later years. And here's another delightful sign of emotional health and resilience: you laugh easily and often. Yes, laughter really might be the best medicine, and it turns out, it's also a longevity booster. Laughter triggers the release of endorphins, lowers levels of stress hormones like cortisol, and increases immune cells and infection-fighting antibodies. That means a good laugh doesn't just lift your mood, it strengthens your body too. Studies have shown that older adults who laugh regularly tend to live longer, feel younger, and cope better with physical illness and emotional stress. It's no surprise that many centenarians are known not just for their long lives, but for their sense of humor. Many of them are quick to smile, tease, or tell a story that gets everyone in the room laughing. They've learned that while we can't always control what happens in life, we can often control how we respond, and finding humor in everyday moments helps them stay lighthearted and resilient. So how can you keep this ability strong? Start by making laughter part of your daily routine. Watch a funny show, spend time with people who make you smile, or look back at your life's moments with a sense of joy and perspective. Surround yourself with things that bring you happiness and keep you engaged. Even in challenging times, look for those small, bright moments. If you've maintained close relationships, laugh often, and feel emotionally supported, those are more than just feel-good habits. They're powerful predictors of a longer, more vibrant life. So don't underestimate the impact of a warm laugh, a good friend, or a simple conversation. These moments, repeated over a lifetime, can literally add years to your journey, and joy to every step along the way. Number 4, lifestyle and diet habits. As we move into the final part of our longevity checklist, let's talk about 2 lifestyle habits that are absolutely foundational to living a long and vibrant life: what you eat, and how well you sleep. These 2 things might seem simple on the surface, but they have a powerful impact on your body, especially after 60. If you've already been making healthy choices in these areas, you're doing something most centenarians have been doing their entire lives. First up, you eat more plants than processed foods. Now, we're not saying you need to become a strict vegetarian or avoid every indulgence, but if your meals are mostly made up of whole, natural foods rather than packaged, processed ones, that's a strong sign your body is aging well. Seniors who focus on fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts, and healthy oils have significantly lower levels of chronic inflammation, which is linked to everything from heart disease to arthritis to cognitive decline. This kind of diet isn't just a health trend, it's a pattern seen in every longevity hotspot around the world. In places like Okinawa, Sardinia, and the Nicoya Peninsula, people who live to 100 often follow what's known as a Mediterranean or Blue Zone diet. These diets are rich in colorful vegetables, fresh fruit, beans, lentils, olive oil, and very little red meat or sugar. Meals are home-cooked, eaten slowly, and often enjoyed in the company of others, which also ties into emotional health. Think of food as fuel, but also as medicine. After 60, your body processes nutrients differently. Every bite counts more than it used to. So if your plate looks like a garden, full of greens, reds, and oranges, you're giving your body the nutrients it needs to fight disease, protect the brain, and maintain energy. Remember that old saying, "You are what you eat"? It becomes especially true as we age. Now let's talk about something just as important but often overlooked, your sleep habits. One of the clearest signs your body is aging well is if you sleep 6 to 8 hours a night and wake up feeling refreshed. Quality sleep isn't just about rest, it's about repair. During those precious hours, your brain processes memories, your cells regenerate, and your immune system reboots. Poor sleep, on the other hand, has been linked to everything from heart disease to obesity to memory loss. Getting too little sleep, or even too much, can be harmful. Researchers have found that the sweet spot for most seniors is between 6 and 8 hours per night. That amount supports cognitive function, helps regulate blood sugar, and keeps your mood balanced. But it's not just about how long you sleep, it's about how well you sleep. So how can you improve your sleep quality? First, try to stick to a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Second, avoid screens like smartphones or TVs at least an hour before bedtime. The blue light they emit can confuse your brain into staying alert. And finally, create a relaxing bedtime routine, dim the lights, play soft music, or enjoy a warm bath or herbal tea to help signal your body that it's time to wind down. If you're already eating more whole foods than packaged ones, and you wake up each morning feeling rested, not groggy or drained, those are powerful indicators that your internal systems are functioning well. You're likely reducing your risk of chronic illness, protecting your brain, and keeping your energy high. So whether it's a colorful plate of vegetables or a good night's sleep, these daily choices, repeated over time, are the quiet superpowers behind healthy aging. They may not feel dramatic, but they could be the very reason you thrive into your 90s, or even celebrate that 100th birthday. In conclusion, if you can still stand up without help, balance on one leg, walk briskly, laugh easily, remember names, and stay curious, then you're already on the right path to a longer, healthier life. Remember, age is just a number. Keep your mind active, your body moving, and your heart open. You just might find yourself blowing out 100 candles someday. Now it's your turn. Comment below, how many of these can you still do? Let's celebrate every little victory on this journey together. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a little inspiration today.